I've been noticing a kind of, I don't know if it's like a trend or just a thing that's happened recently in Hollywood. Because I don't know if they've obviously done this before, but I think so much like AAA movies now, like the Mario movie, like, you know, the new Flash movie, it plays off so much nostalgia hype. Because a lot of people are getting hype about this new Flash movie because Michael Keaton returns as Batman, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's the GOAT, it's the OG Batman."
Who actually cares about that, other than like diehard fans?
I'm sure a lot of people care about that because to a lot of people, Michael Keaton was like their first Batman that they saw on screen.
Yeah, but like
right?
that's like our age group that wouldn't really appeal to us.
Yeah,
right. Like we're like fucking Christian Bale fanboys.
Yeah,
that's the Batman we grew up with, right?
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
We got. So it's like,
actually, for me, it was George Clooney.
Oh my god!
well, I'm just
the greatest fucking Batman film with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering.
yeah, that's a movie.
Yeah.
That's a movie.
Because like, let's be honest, we enjoyed the Mario movie, right? But if like you just said, if we had no
if I didn't
if you had no nostalgia about Mario, it would have been a shit movie.
Yeah,
You
no,
know, nobody
100%.
would have given a shit about it.
100%, yeah.
You know, same thing with like the Sonic movie as well. You know, I've watched the Sonic movie, and the only reason I enjoyed the Sonic movies was because I am familiar with the Sonic franchise, not because I actually think that they are good movies.
When I went to the theater to watch Sonic, there was actually kids there. When I went to watch the Mario one, there was no kids there.
That
It
checks
was
out.
all adults.
Says a lot about society.
Yeah, that
I don't know what they're trying to say about Sonic. I think actually the Sonic movie was a better movie for kids. Mario movie, if you didn't play enough Mario, I just feel like you just wouldn't get half the movie. I mean, kids are, there's so much fucking, it's so vibrant and light that I'm sure 10-year-old me would eat that shit up even if I didn't know what Mario was. But I mean, I don't know.
I think though with the Sonic stuff, like it's because like I think Sonic has done a better job of, I guess, franchising themselves more to a younger audience because like they have like the Sonic Boom animation, right? Like the TV show that they have.
Have you ever watched that?
I have. Yeah. I've seen like a compilation of like Knuckles saying fucked up shit in the show. It's so funny. It's like, how is this a kid's show?
Yeah, the writers go hard on that shit.
Yeah.
But I think because they've like, you know, capitalized on that, whereas Mario hasn't really done anything like that. I think that's where it's like, oh, there's a fucking Sonic movie. Well, I've seen it on as cartoons on, you know, Sunday morning TV, so I'll take my kids to go watch it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas with Mario, it's like, well, I fucking played this game 30 years ago, and I want to see what it looks like today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How long do you think it's gonna take before they make a Pokemon movie that's not like Detective Pikachu, like a straight up, this is a Pokemon movie, like because I'm calling it now,
Like
because the Mario movie did really fucking well in box offices. There must be someone in Nintendo that's having this conversation right now, if not like 2 years ago.
If they just made Black and White into a movie, it'd be such a good movie.
Yeah.
But they would never, because that's like the most mature Pokemon plot we ever had. And it's about like, is enslaving Pokemon okay, and should we do it? It's not going to be that.
What if they just remade the first movie, but like with the fucking budget of today's stuff?
Yeah, true. I mean,
I'd be
movie's
down
good.
for that.
The first movie is very good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, Pokemon already has animated movies anyway, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to change that into live action. So it would take actually less effort than doing the fucking Mario
Just get
movie.
Chris Pratt to voice Ash, right?
No, Chris Pratt, not
Seth
even
Rogen is Brock.
not even voice Ash. Just play him live action, you know. Chris Pratt has a 14-year-old Ash, or however old Ash is now.
He would get cast in that.
He's like 10.
You joke, but he would.
Ash is like 10.
No, because you just know it would just turn into a bunch of references. It would be like, whoa, pass me the jelly-filled donut. Whoa, don't go there. Don't go to Lavender Town. Whoa, play the poker flute. Whoa, Snorlax is in our way. Whoa. You know what I mean? It would just be like, I want to die. So let's not. Let's not do
that.
Yeah, but that worked for the Mario movie.
It did work, and I'll watch it if they bring it in Pokemon. I'll probably like it, and I hate that I like it. I hate that it works on me. I'm a fucking idiot. You know what does suck though?
What?
I can't watch Oppenheimer in Japan.
Yeah,
yeah.
Me and Connor were having dinner, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited for Oppenheimer to come out." And he's like, "I don't think it's getting released in Japan." I was like, "Why isn't it getting released in Japan?" And
I'm like, sips beer. What do you think, God? Why do you think the story about Oppenheimer is not being released in Japanese theaters, God? I don't know. Let's start thinking.
It was just that, aha moment. But Christopher Nolan, though. that's freaking Japan. Christopher Nolan. It's let's.
I mean, realistically, I mean, it is a shame because it's not like it's like glorifying it in any capacity.
No, it's supposed to be like a tragedy, right?
Well, I mean, it's a
Or like
horrific event.
Yeah, it's a horrific event. Yeah.
And I think there's a way that I'm sure knowing Christopher Nolan, he'll have a take on it that is interesting. And I don't know. But I could also understand you just being like, let's just not. So I get it. I get both sides.
Was Pearl Harbor ever released in Japan?
I mean, I've watched movies about World War II in Japanese theaters. Like they clearly they play them from both perspectives. They're not.
I think it might have been. Yeah. Like
Can you check that guy? Because if Pearl Harbor was released in Japan, then I have hope for Oppenheimer.
I mean, it makes more sense to release Pearl Harbor in Japan than Oppenheimer, right?
Like, I mean, because the
Japanese will be like, yeah, we fucked.
I think
let's go.
I think it's a very different perspective.
Whereas with Oppenheimer, it's like, no, we don't want to talk about that.
I don't know if you've seen Pearl Harbor, Joey.
Have you watched Pearl Harbor, Joey? I think it's a very different perspective. Sort of scoreboard.
Japan won.
You're the only one. You're the only one at this table who can say that. Right?
It's like a sports game, guys. It's like, oh my god,
we got the advantage.
Well, they what's that? I watched another movie recently that came out that was like of the perspective of one of the pilots and who it was like a goated pilot who would just kill, I guess, Japanese people and stuff. And said, I watched that in the cinemas, and I was like, this is weird. But it got released. Go on, Kai, you're gonna.
Oh no, it was released.
It was released in Japan. Okay.
Well, then there's hope.
I mean, the thing is that nuclear stuff in Japan is still a contentious topic to this day. Especially after 2011 as well. Even more so. So I mean, I can understand it, and also I imagine it's more of a decision on the American side as opposed to the Japanese side. The American side might be like, let's not.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no idea.
from the googling that I did, it hasn't been confirmed that it's like not getting released. There just hasn't been a release date yet. So
Which
maybe
is weird though.
Yeah,
even like John Wick, we knew we were getting fucked. And it was coming out in September.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird that the Mario movie was released here weeks after everyone else. I'm like, how does that make sense? This is a Japanese IP and we're getting it after everyone else?
That just goes to show how slow paperwork in Japan is. It's like we own the IP and we still got it later.
Couldn't even get the Mario movie. God.
I do want to know what the inner workings behind that is because I watched it just with subtitles. I'm like, why did this take a month? I'm feeling like this could have been done on Fiverr in an hour. I really don't think this needed to be that deep.
I don't know, man. I don't think you've ever done translation work before, man. Because like I watched it with subtitles as well, and I was, every now and then I was kind of like reading the Japanese subtitles because a lot of the jokes are very American.
Yeah.
Right? Like very pun related, very like idiom related. And so I was watching some of the subtitles for it as they were telling some of these like jokes, and I'm just like, I don't think Japanese people are gonna find this funny.
Yeah,
legitimately, like I was reading the subtitles and I'm like, where's the joke? Because it's like really hard to, fucking be like, oh, fucking Mario's mushroom is like really big and all these like fucking dick and balls jokes, and I'm just like, it just doesn't really work. When like I remember like one of the lines like Bowser was like, love really makes me come out of my shell, and I'm just like, all right, first of all, shut the fuck up, Bowser, and second of all, I was reading that in the subtitles, and I'm like, they just like they just gave up on that part.
Oh, they were like,
they were just like, we don't know how to translate.
I actually can't really translate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I did notice that. How much did the audience laugh in your viewing of the Mario movie?
There was only another couple in our.
It was only me, like giggling away at like Jack Black.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was watching the Mario movie, and like for 90% of it, everyone was fucking like dead silent. Right?
No, that's like, Japan. That's Japan.
Yeah, and then like it's like every time that I thought there was clearly like a joke there. Like the one thing that stands out to me the most is, as someone like, kind of like edits jokes in my own videos, there's a certain like rhythm. Pacing and rhythm when a joke's being told. Like when you have really epic music and then you cut to silence, like when with the scene of like the penguins throwing shit, like everyone was like dead silent, and then they would just like randomly laugh at like really like when there was like zero joke there, like when Mario was just like running, doing like the montage, people just started laughing. I was like, what? Where's the joke? This is the hero's moment. Yeah, what?
Welcome to the Japanese theater experience. Yeah. I go like every week, and I swear to God, you just. If if you just have like a random number generator at any point, odds are like that's the only time they'll laugh. Like you just stop it and they're like, all right, it's frame where nothing's happening, and they're like, yeah. So what? I watched the movie Air. It's about how Air Jordans was made.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, fuck it, I'll just go and watch it, see how it is. Yeah. And also, one thing I found funny is that, Chris Tucker, right, from like Rush Hour.
Yeah.
He was doing, his Chris Tucker-esque acting, which is like super fast talking, a lot of slang. And I was like trying to read the subtitles, and I was like, there's no way they could translate what he's saying, like in a way that is cohesive in Japanese.
Yeah.
Because he's just like making a bunch of really Chris Tuckerisms.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is gonna be so weird for a Japanese person to see this translated. It must just be like translating to like sterile English or something. I don't know. That was good. That was a fine movie. Really weird though. They never showed Michael Jordan once, but they had like it was very weird.
It's too expensive to get on, probably.
Well, yeah, they it was a weird movie. I don't know if anyone else has watched the movie. I was just like, why don't they just show Michael Jordan?
I mean, I like going to flip that around. I sometimes get that feeling when I'm watching like an anime, and I'm like, I feel like I'm getting half of the experience here because they sound like they for something, let's say like Monogatari or like other anime where it's just like I feel like there is more to this dialogue than I can comprehend in the subtitles right now, but there is no possible way I can actually like fully take it in without just becoming better in Japanese.
Yeah, that's why like at least with like Monogatari, I've always said it was a fucking miracle that there's even a fan base for it outside of Japan, because it's like it's already such a niche fan base in Japan, let alone trying to translate that type of writing into English that still holds on to its meaning and makes it just as good.
Yeah.
Is like, I always wonder, I'm like, who are these fans of Monogatari that like watched these episodes and was like, yes, I gleaned enough meaning out of this for me to like it.
Oh, well, I think that just comes down to the writing was just so good that even if you didn't glean everything, you still got like a good enough idea to be like, oh, this is still good.
Yeah.
And maybe just like a fuck ton of translators notes back in the day, if we remember that stuff.
Sure, yeah.
I think the hardest part was for me sometimes is when there are sometimes where there's so much dialogue and it's speaking so fast, and I'm like, I am breaking the limit trying to keep up with these subtitles,
fucking
man.
first episode of Tatami Galaxy.
Oh my god. That's just like machine gun, like it goes like
that was Rap God
microseconds.
before Rap God was a thing.
Oh yeah, that fucking thing.
So like I don't know how easy it is to like read, like translate from English to Japanese and be able to like read the subtitles as fast, because some actors have certain mannerisms and way of speaking that I'm like, I don't think this slang exists in Japanese, man. And you're always going to get something lost in translation as well.